everyone, welcome back. And yes, of course, it's me, Desi C, and we're going to keep up with the rhyming, apparently, again. But yes, anyway, it is NECA toy review time, and literally right before I started this video, I told myself, oh, I'm going to be able to say that, we're finally, reviewing the last member of the clan. And then I looked at the shelf and it went, no, Angela's still there. Which means also, if Angela's still there, it means today is Brooklyn's video. I can't wait. I'm sorry, I've been looking forward to getting to this one for forever. But the other characters kind of went, no, you have to review us first. So it is finally Brooklyn's time to shine. And of course, where is that? If you watch my lives, you know it's time to take a shot because I hit the mic. Anyway, so there is the sticker as always. And of course, also as always, there you go. Still sealed in box, everything straight and perfect and pretty and yay. So I will free him from his prison and I will get to reviewing. So just hold tight. I'll be right back. And we're back, and he is free, he is free, and he gave me so much trouble. Oh my goodness, there are already stress marks on the peg to his right wing. I didn't push it in all the way before trying to bend it, and then the whole thing fell out, which told me I hadn't pushed it in all the way. So shouldn't it be an issue now? Because now it's pegged in properly. So yay, again, as always, NECA, it's tight joints, so it was terrifying trying to push them out, but otherwise they are okay. As always, beautiful, beautiful paint job here, the veins, the muscle tone and everything, the colors on the back of the wings, beautiful, beautiful job. But I am going to be a little bit on NECA on this one because, unfortunately, I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick it up, but on his claw there, there is some paint scratching, so it's missing paint, which kind of sucks. It's a little bit on the other one as well. Not great, kind of disappointed about that. All the other ones have been perfect on their paint jobs, but mass-produced figure, I'm not expecting miracles. It's just, guys, with the Canadian exchange rate, kind of, especially since it's my favorite figure, like it's Brooklyn. But otherwise, I'm so glad we not only have, of course, a Brooklyn with a neck, but a neck and a moving jaw. We finally have a Brooklyn with a moving jaw and a neck. And for those of you who are new to the fandom, just started collecting with NECA, they never collected the Kenner figures. Warning, this was the original Brooklyn that we got with the moving jaw. It is a terrifying sight to behold, but this is what we were given. They improved. I will give NECA that. We got a proper Brooklyn. Thank you for that. I do love, absolutely love, the coloring and everything that they put in his hair. That's probably going to be the harder thing because white on this camera and the lights, it's going to be probably putting a little bit of shadow there. You can hopefully see the blue highlights in his hair. So beautifully done there. Beautifully done there. Again, I don't know why this suddenly became a thing with the figures. One wrist is perfectly fine and the other one is loose. I'm not I wanted to say consistency would be nice, NECA, but at the same time, this is now a consistent thing with many of the figures. So they were being consistent. The ankle joints, yep, very, very good. I'm trying not to hurt myself on because every time I try to flatten out their toes, I end up catching my skin under it and it hurts. So one's a little bit easier to move than the other one, but see, nice and tight. It works out well. Beautiful. The chest movement, Very, very nice. Very, very nice. A little bit... It is a little bit smoother than I have found for the other one, so shouldn't be a problem. Elbows, beautiful. They move nicely. And you can tell by the way they styled Brooklyn's hair that they were going, hopefully going, hey, we need to make sure that these figures have range of motion in their head because, you know, the wings are there. So if they have long hair, the wings are going to be, you know, getting in the way a little bit. So we need to give them range of motion for their heads. And they still messed up. Because that's his range of motion for his head. At least up and down. Because the funny thing is, sure, plenty of space there. That's great. His hair hits his wings. So I know he has long hair. Make it softer plastic. Just make the hair soft plastic. What was the issue here? What? So he has pretty much no up and down head motion. He's got left and right to a certain degree, probably depending on how you pose the wings. But up and down, he does not have it. If you want him to have up and down range of motion, you're going to have to remove the wings. And I'm betting it's not going to be any better with the caped wings. So once we get to Elisa, you know, I will go back and revisit him on that. NECA, come on. That was a soft plastic. Soft plastic solves so many things. The caped wings are the soft plastic. Anyway. Everything was easy enough to plug. The wings were a pain to plug in. I'm pretty sure that would probably be a thing across the board. As I said, because I had thought I had plugged in the right wing all the way. I didn't, so when I tried to bend it, now there's a stress mark on there. But, you know, all hunky-dory right now. Though Brooklyn's wings so far have been the most difficult to plug in. His tail was actually one of the easiest to plug in. He's got good range, arm motion. I just keep realizing that his wings are getting in the way of the view. So everything else has good range of motion. Like with all the other figures, it's just the neck they messed up on. So in true fashion to Brooklyn, he still doesn't have a proper neck in that sense. He visibly has a neck, but it's still just as useful as the old one, pretty much. Anyway, which is a shame. Again, he is my favorite figure. I've been looking forward to reviewing him, to finally getting him out of the box, and disappointed. So disappointed. I was hoping that by the time they had gotten to Brooklyn, it looks like, yeah, they were trying to fix that issue, and they essentially didn't do anything different. They just made his hair look fancier. And of course, before I put him down, that same material. It sounds less fragile just because of the shape of his wings. Of course, with Goliath and Broadway and Hudson, they are the larger bat wings, so they can sound hollower. These are more narrow, so they sound tougher. So they give the impression they're less likely to snap. Probably still pretty just as fragile, knowing NECA. And of course, he comes with a few accessories. I'm a little disappointed in the number of accessories. Did they run out of ideas? Could they not? Especially since it's Brooklyn, and we know from at least the SLG comics, even if you haven't read the Dynamite comics, we know thanks to the SLG comics that Brooklyn becomes a time dancer, which means he comes in contact with the Phoenix Gate. They couldn't give him a Phoenix Gate accessory? Something? Give him an eye patch. I don't know. But anyway, so he, as usual, comes with 2 other sets of hands so that he can hold stuff, most notably his weapon. And again, if you are only started collecting with NECA, you know nothing about the older figures. OG Kenner Brooklyn came with this sword as well. again, it was Kenner back in the day, so it's, hey, we need to give them something. It's always a weapon, which I'm fine with. I like the callback that they've been doing. You know, hey, Kenner, the Kenner figure came with a weapon. We're going to give the NECA ones too. I'm good with that. That makes me happy. It's either you were paying attention or somebody went, hey, by the way, something. The little touches like this make me very happy. Just like, okay, we gave him, you know, a pair of sunglasses because it shows up in Awakening, in the Awakening 5-parter series. Beautiful. I like that little touch. And also when he rides his motorcycle, you know, sunglasses. Wait, no, does he? Yes. And of course he comes with, I want to hold this right side up, and there is no way to hold this right. Okay, I think this is right side up. Yes. The page from the Grimorum. And if you, I'm bad at this today. If you have not watched the show, it comes from the episode Temptation. Oh, it's double-sided. I like that little, again, nice little detail. So that's all well and good, but I think a Phoenix Gate would have been nice. A leather jacket, because he rode his motorcycle. Motorcycle helmet, because that he definitely wore too. Like, there were options here, and it's a little sad that it's just like 2. Maybe if they had gotten around to making us a Time Dancer Brooklyn, we would have gotten more accessories. I don't know. But Broadway comes with so many. You know, it's just kind of like, is there no love for Brooklyn? And of course, he comes with an alternate head. Again, the paint, at least, you know, he's got the proper painted teeth and the proper painted eyes, because they did my girl Demona dirty. I am going to say I am slightly disappointed that this jaw doesn't move. That would have been, I think, really cool, that, you know, he could be angry and have a closed beak. I know it's the whole, oh, he's angry, so he's, you know, growling, roaring, all that stuff. My little nitpick. Still very well done. It is beautifully painted, like I said, beautifully sculpted. And again, you can see better the blue highlights in his hair on this one. But yeah, I just think it would have been really cool if the jaw could move on both. And again, that's going to be, so when you switch heads, it's going to be the same. If I can get a wing out of the way. Guys, pray for me. Oh, that is an ugly sound. Oh, ugly, ugly sound. So yeah, you can see that, and it matches. So head range is not going to improve with the alternate head. I'm not touching that wing again. That is the ugliest sound. Nothing's wrong. It's fine. It's there. It's holding. It's supposed to. It's just, they're not that heavy. I'm granted, not bad. The fact that it can hold the weight like that, but it's terrifying. It's terrifying, and I don't want to hurt him. Like I said, he's my favorite. I think he's currently on sale everywhere in the States, and I am half tempted to try and pick up another one so I can make a Time Dancer Brooklyn. Because he still has, it's a slightly, I'm trying to remember the details of his loincloth, but it's essentially the same color and prettier, I think. So like I think it would be easy to customize him up a little bit, make a little eye patch for that and all that, get the little armor. So yeah, I might have to pick one up somehow. Living in Canada, he's not here, and he's not on sale. We have certain websites that managed to get them, but once they were sold out, they were sold out. So America's gonna have to come to my rescue on this one. Overall, beautiful figure. Again, they're little complaints. They don't ruin the figure for me. It's just, you know, NECA essentially had these artists spend so much time on certain, like muscle tone, the veins, the details in the wings, all stuff like, and great. I'm not mad about that. But when you have so many people, I'm hoping, in engineering and stuff, and you're still messing up the stuff with the hair and the wings, I like my character, if they have, you know, a movable head, if they have the ball joint to move their head, I want their head to be able to move. Because the whole point of these, I get it, they are not figures for kids, they are adult collectibles. I still want to play with them. I put them in poses, I have them enact battle scenes and all, like, so I would like them to be able to pose semi-properly. That could just be me, I don't know, but toys are meant to be played with, and you can mark them out for adults, but we still want to pose them in really cool ways, and head position plays a huge role in making them look really cool in whatever pose we've put them in. So, but I still think it's worth it to pick it up, especially if I'm correct in thinking that he is I think he is one of the figures that is currently on sale. So if you haven't picked him up and he's only 10-20 bucks, pick him up. He is definitely worth, especially at the discounted price, 100% worth it. I'm hoping that if you guys do pick one up, that he doesn't have the paint scuffing like mine does. A little disappointing because I'm not going to try and paint match that. It's just going to be a nightmare. But definitely worth it. And I'm it's the little things. It makes me so happy. And also because I'm so on the, you know, how accurate they are to their, you know, cartoon versions. I'm gonna say they, you know what, that it's also pretty hard to, no, you know what, I've seen artistic renditions where it doesn't look like Brooklyn. It's just, hey, he's red and has a beak type thing and horns. They did good. They did, whoever, I should look that up, whoever sculpted this Brooklyn, you did good. So thank you for that, for keeping him very accurate to his cartoon model. And with that, be kind to yourselves, be kind to one another, be the good that you want to see in the world, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.